to my live stream this evening. Thanks for joining. You're welcome. Thank you for being part of our growth process so far. And I would want us to discuss extensively on the fascinating world of acting. You're going to be listening to me this evening and you're going to be learning a lot. Sit put, sit tight, come in and let's discuss. We're going to be telling you a lot of things about acting, which is going to be helping you as a content creator and others in understanding the art of acting. All right? So I am going to be waiting a little so that we can have a little good number of you coming in so that we kick off. Okay. In the meantime, I also want to thank each of you for your immense contribution to the growth of this channel. I really want to appreciate all of you and I say thank you so much and keep up the good work. Keep advertising, keep encouraging your friends, your families, your peers, your partners, your colleagues to subscribe to this channel. We do not just only skits, but we also bring in some educative and interesting topics that will help you to grow and be a better personality. Now, without wasting much of our time, I would like us to dive into the world of acting. Now, I'm going to be asking a few questions before I start my explanation. And I would love you to be fully engaged and keep your messages up as we discuss whatever questions you have. We put down in the comment section so that we can interact from there, which will help to enhance better understanding and learning. All right? Okay, as we gradually move into the main topic of our discussion this evening, which is acting. Acting. A lot of you call yourselves actors, you call your name content creators, and but you actually don't understand the right meaning of acting. All right? Okay. I would easily say that acting is an art form. Sorry, is an art form that blends creativity, empathy, and technique to it blends creativity, empathy, and techniques into what? Characters. All right? So, those things you see are blended in. They are not automatic. They are not static. Now, this is the reason why you can see an actor play a particular role in a particular setting and comes to play another role in another setting. Okay? So, it's an art that tries to balance creative, emotional, physical, mental, psychological characters and put it together into a realistic experience that one can look at and it looks like the original. Okay? Alright, so now from the little explanation I have given, I think we are going to be looking at different acting methods or skills. Different acting methods. Welcome in. We are discussing the acts of acting. The art of acting. What it actually means and the methods of acting and how excuse me, how actors build characters. So it's an interesting package, and I want you to stay put and listen to these lectures as you are going to be enjoying it, because it's quite educative and well packaged one for that matter. So it's going to be helping you and helping a lot of people, in understanding and mastering the art of acting. Because acting is an art. It's a creative thing. You understand? It's not just an anyhow thing. You understand? That's why we say the art of acting. The art of acting. So the creative aspect of what acting. So those things you have created, what do? You portray it. It reflects what you have created. Now let me give an instance. Maybe you wrote a little a movie, and you wanted to act the movie, and by the end of the day you found out that you are not able to portray what you have created. So you see that you have not fully mastered the art of acting. You understand? So that's what it looks like. Okay, so please keep your questions coming up any place or anywhere you don't understand clearly, because it's going to be an interesting package this evening, and I bet you would love it. I bet you would love it, seriously. Okay, so different acting methods. Different acting methods. So we have the Stanislavski method. Hey, Peter. How you doing? How you doing? So the Stanislavski method. This method, it deals with relaying personal experiences. Yeah, Chidera. Oh, sorry, I usually forget. Sorry about that. Relating personal experiences and emotional connections in character. Personal experience. So an actor is allowed to use his Stanislavski method. Is allowed to use his personal experiences, his knowledge, his mental abilities, to relate, or in order to balance the character that he or she is portraying. You understand? So it's one of the methods of acting. So here it deals more of the actor's personal emotions, the actor's life experiences, which helps him or her to be able to reflect the character they are taking up in, or they are portraying. All right. So the second one is the Meissner method or system or technique. Okay, the Meissner method, system or technique. So here it deals more on a kind of responses, repetitions, which is based on the actor and the actors and the colleagues' interaction. You understand? So let's assume, what I mean by this is actor A and actor B, as they interact. So this method is trying to say that, they are basing their own method based on how the actor A responds or relates with actor B, and how actor B responds as well or relates with actor A. So this is how they are able to balance or blend in into their different characters. Okay, so the third technique is the method acting. The method acting. So it's a situation where the actors are allowed to. It's a little bit related with the Stanislavski method, but it's a little different, just a little different. So here, the actors are allowed to like play their role off screen, and have a kind of a mastery of the character they are portraying, which may actually form part of their real life experiences. Just like saying somebody wants to portray the act of a drunkard, and you don't take alcohol. So the method technique will like give you an opportunity to go off screen and begin to practice drinking, making it part of your life to an extent, so that you can be able to actually portray this character. You understand? So that's about the method technique. All right, how actors build characters and convey intentions. How actors build characters and convey intentions. So how does actors build characters and convey their intentions? If you know any, you can let us know. Omar Usman, thank you so much for joining. Ayomide Samson, thanks so much for joining. Chidera Peter, thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate you all coming around to be part of this evening's a lecture on acting and how we can be a better actors, content creators, so that we can be able to be putting up quality contents and as well be doing the best we can in the field of acting. Okay? All right. So one of the ways that actors build up characters and as well convey their intentions is, number one, the use of body languages to convey emotions. Use of body languages, like let's give for instance, as I'm speaking, I twist my neck. I I demonstrate. This is body language. So when you look at me and how I talk and demonstrate, it helps you to understand better. And sometimes, in the use of body language, certain body languages portrays certain actions. Thank you so much. Chidera, I really love that comment. It says, every character wants something: love, respect, attention, power, peace, etc. Before you perform a scene or you perform a role, before you perform a role, ask, what does my character want right now? Why do they want it? What stands in the way? These forms. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. That's correct. That's why I say, how they are able to communicate effectively is through the, body language. So, let's assume you want to play a role of an angry person or a very sad person, and who might actually cry role, you know that you have to put your language into play, because you can't be playing a role of a sad person without it reflecting in your face, in your attitude, in your movements, and so on. So that's actually what we are talking about. So body language is a very important role, plays a very, very important role in uh, sorry, excuse me, in conveying the actor's intention. Because now, somehow, as the actor acts, there is an intention that is conveyed to you, and this is actually what enhances your understanding of the action. Yeah, Chidera, building a character is like putting a person together from the inside out. To do it well, an actor needs to understand the character's mind, emotion, body, and voice, and how those all connect. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That's the use of the body language that we're explaining. Okay, so now playing a role of a sad and a very angry person, you need to put it up on your face. You need to, your look, your step, your voice, your action. So, just like coming out to say, I don't like this you're saying. You hear me? I don't like this. You can look at my face, it has reflected in my face. You can look at my action, it has reflected. So within this short period of time, I have, from explaining action to creating or already exhibiting a particular act. So that is what it means. All right. The another method or way that the actors uses to convey their their intentions is voice modulation. Voice modulation. Okay, you can understand that as I was explaining, I wanted to put up a little scene to explain or give an example. My tone changed. I don't, you understand? So you are trying to shout at someone, and your voice should change. Change into a coarse nature, and you are, so your ability to be swinging between different voices when you want to play a role of excitement, you are able to move from the anger modulation to the excitement modulation. You want to play a role of a little boy, from the matured voice modulation to the little boy modulation, is also another way that actors convey their messages, or even their intentions. Okay, so it's really an interesting one, an interesting package, and I hope that you too find this lecture interesting to kind of push it viral, and in order to help a lot of creators to be part of the this interesting lecture. Okay, so one is diction. Diction. Let's take, for instance, as I wanted to talk about acting. If you listen vividly, you'll notice that the particular diction, the spoken words that I use in this explanation may actually be different from the words or the kind of speeches I use for content, depending on the particular character that you want to portray. So, I can't come up live here and I'm talking about acting and I'm just being, unserious or putting up an angry face. You are expressing yourself to an audience, and you are not showing, a little sign of smiles and other things that helps, to convey and pass the message to the audience effectively. So now the diction is also one of the main uh, ways that actors portray their intentions. Okay, so diction, so their speech, they are able to switch between a learned person and an illiterate. You understand? So maybe you are given a role of an illiterate to play, and you are very learned, intellectually sound. Are you going to say that you can't play the role? So you see that diction is also another way that you are able to communicate. Now, listen. Assuming you are seeing and it's a village setting, and the main character in the village is speaking very polished English, Queen's English, and using it to portray a village tout. Imagine that. Understand what I'm trying to imagine that. You will notice that it's not going to be working out very well, because the person in particular is not actually using the right diction for the character. So emotion, voice modulation, and diction, these three things are very essential how actors are being able to effectively communicate their intentions to the audience. Remember their body language. Come to understand something. You are explaining something and you come to a particular key factor or variable within the explanation. The way you express, the way you put a little expression on that particular point or area, somebody will understand that we are in the peak of finding out something important. You understand? So, body language is very, very important. Very, very important. So, when you are saying something serious, it should reflect in your face, in your action, body language, in your expression. You understand? Maybe I am talking about something serious. Just, you see the way I was sitting up and I was trying to explain, it's effective for body language. Okay, imagine I was explaining something and I'm just relaxing this way, and maybe even putting my head, like bending my head like this, and putting my hands on my cheek, and I'm just talking. That this one is not really serious about this. You understand? So the way I have positioned myself, the way I have comported myself, and the way I am already talking. So anybody that comes in and looks, we know this person is teaching something. That's acting. Acting is a gift, though one can learn with time and training. Yeah, acting can as well be a gift, but if not trained, you may not actually use the gift effectively, because you really need a little training to be able to master and adjust or switch roles. So maybe you have the gift of talking. Now, I want you to understand something. You have the gift of talking, and you are given a role of a quiet person. So what are you going to do? I'm just no. I'm just giving a little instance. And okay, maybe you have the gift of a very calm and gentle person, and you are given a role of a very rascal and radical person. So are you telling me that the gift becomes a general and versatile and universal gift that you can be able to switch into and adjust just like that? That's what I'm saying. So it can be a gift that you are an actor, just like I said yesterday, that the major reason why I ventured into content creation is because each time I interact with people, they usually tell me that you have gift of acting, or you should go and start acting. You make people laugh a lot and this and so. At a point, I started thinking or pondering over this, and I said to myself, if actually I am really good in that, I think I should make it useful. And that was the genesis of my content journey, not long ago, not quite long ago. All right? So that's what we are talking about. So, what you being an actor, and you have the gift of act number one. That's important. All right? But in as much as you have the gift of acting, you should also have some acting knowledge. Let me give an instance. Before you become a reverend father, you are called, right? Maybe in one way or the other, you already know that by some things that have started happening in your life, you already have an idea that you have a call, right? Yeah, there are many schools. Yeah, sure, many schools. All right, so you already know that you have a call. You have maybe a gift of prayer, maybe a gift of healing, maybe a gift of deliverance, and so on. So, but you can't just come out and just wear white and goes to an altar and begin to. You understand what I'm saying now. So, in as much as you have the gift, the training that you pass through is to refine and equip the gift for a better result. For a better result. You understand? So, any gift that is not well refined, then we may actually not give an effective result. You understand? Okay, if it's gift, it becomes easy for you to switch them, the one who is not gifted. No, that's not true. That's not true. Now, understand it this way. The one who actually is not gifted but is trained, may switch roles easier than the one who is actually gifted and not trained. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. So, the one who is gifted in acting, you will say, will excel more in training and will do better in performance because it's part of him. While the one who just comes in and starts adjusting by virtue of training and learning to master the art, A-R-T, the art of acting. Art, A-R-T, the art of acting. Now, it may actually take that person a longer time to fully blend in and understand better. That's what we're talking about. You understand? So, actually, it's easier. Okay, now let me come from this particular angle. Someone who naturally comes from a family that they are intelligent, but he didn't go to school. Your intelligence may actually not be useful. So you understand. So you really need that formal refining so that your intelligence can be directed to its usefulness. Okay, while someone who they're in their family, they may actually not be intelligent, but they attend school. So you find out that school will now refine the other person. By the end of the day, the one that believes that they are naturally intelligent may actually not be able to fit in more or better than the one who has went through or passed through the refining process. So, in as much as you can say that the other person performs better in terms of when they are undergoing the training, as well as in the act, because it is part of his personal calling. So, now let me give you an instance. You know, when you come to the movie industry, and you look at a particular person performing different characters very well, and a particular person performing only one character but not very well. So you can notice that there's something that is not playing out very well there. So it may actually, and some people, they are able to, act perfectly, and you are like, wow, child, it seems that this person is gifted. Yes. Now we say it seems that this person is gifted. Actually, the person may or is gifted, but must have went or passed through a formal training to be able to refine the gift so that they can be able to possess the right emotions. And now see where the training also comes in. Now, do you know that in a particular line of action, you may be faced with 3 different characters at the same time, where you can just come in excited, walks in angry, and comes out sad, or just, I don't know how to mix it up, or you can come in angry and walks out excited. So how are you able to switch and know when the excitement should reflect and when the anger should reflect? So the gift is important, but the training is also very essential, because professionalism there will be as a result of the training and not the gift. All right, you can ask your question. Okay? Yeah, you can ask your question. Chidera, I'm here. Yeah. I'm waiting. Okay, as I'm waiting for his question, if you have any question, we are treating the topic, the art of acting. The art of acting. So, and we have really discussed a lot so far, and we have also mentioned how actors are able to convey their intentions to the audience, and also different methods of acting. Okay, all right. Okay, the question is, okay, do you now want to say all the best actors are trained and refined? Are there no actors who are doing well and they have never gone to any training? Now, there are 2 forms of training. There is what we call formal training, which you pass through, you get certified before you move in. And there is one we call in-service training. So when you have a little knowledge, maybe by virtue of gift or exposure, a little knowledge of that. Now, and maybe they are seriously in need of that particular knowledge or that particular role which you are able to fit in. Now, they can absorb you or get you in. Then, as you are playing the role, they are actually training you in the role. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now, as you are performing the role, you keep getting better and better. Now, this thing I've just mentioned to you, take your time and study top actors from their beginning. You will notice that that time they were not really performing, so you understand? So you can see, and as they go, they are doing better. As they go, they are doing better and better and better and better and better. That is what we call in-service training. So as you are playing the role, you are mastering the role, you are also being informed and enlightened on the necessary things that you need to know and that you need to put into practice as you play the role. So I am not saying actually that every star that you see today is trained, maybe formally, but all I am saying is that every star we see today is trained either in service or formally. So as they act, they get trained. Now, let me give you a clear expression or example of what I just mentioned. Check our shorts. You go to our channel, subscribe to the channel, you go to our shorts, and you look down from where I started using my actors. They had the gift a little. I had to sit them down and start talking to them. When this person says this, look at how you are going to react. And they are like watching me. Okay, So that thing they are hearing is training. In as much as they have the gift. Because it didn't take me through any official or formal classes before we commenced acting. And now, check some of their actions at that early stage and check some of their actions now. You are going to be noticing differences because as we do, they grab more. So, most times, that training is important. Very, very important. Is Mama G trained? Yes. She has the gift, but she was trained. So she was trained as she keep acting. You know, there are some of these things that you may actually not know. Sometimes before some movies are shot, there is what we call I think something like briefing and something like role this. I've forgotten actually. So where they give you an opportunity to give a lot of people an opportunity to come and express, trying to say, okay, you can do this, or come and do. Let's watch you. You are doing, and they are watching you. And you are not really blending in. Another person will come and do. So those things, as they see others do, and the director. So now ask yourself, why do we need to have directors? Why do we need to have directors? So the directors are there to guide you on that role. So as you play the role, you are trained in the role. You get it now? So acting is a very, very sweet thing, and it's really very, very interesting and fun, because it most times when you act these funny aspects, and it also exposes you to different characters. Sometimes when you have not performed a particular character, you may not actually understand how good or bad that character may look. I don't know whether you understand. Maybe you are given a role of a wicked mother, and so you may have actually not experienced a wicked mother, or you may be, but you may not really, because sometimes when you are acting, you are not seeing yourself. But when you have finished acting and you sit down to watch what you have done, then you begin to understand, oh, so this is how these people used to do. Oh. Hey, oh my wicked, oh. How you see this, what I just did to this person? Now you are analyzing your role, because you are now sitting as an audience and you are looking into what you have, the message you have conveyed, and you are able to understand, and you are able to you are able to reason through the message you have communicated effectively. Then you are a good actor. Yeah, I do, but I do more of directing, because I have a very high taste of acting. So most times when I'm acting with, I've acted multiple times right from when I was little. Right from when I was little, I've acted, and I love acting, and I've been acting since then till now. So, um, in my local places, in school environments, at my tertiary level, as a university level, I keep acting. Secondary level, I keep acting. Children's level, I keep acting. So, and that's why, even as a person, I have a very high taste of an action. So, it takes you time, because as a director, I don't just look at lines, I read through lines. So that's why most times, maybe when I'm watching movies with my friends, and I'm always complaining, "Kai, this person's the, 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 the body language did not um, really with, they are like, ah, Omo, you too complain, you know." Adding professionalism in the movies and other things that I see people do. So that's one of the things that makes us who we actually are. That's it. All right. Bring in more questions, as we are already summarizing. More questions, more questions, more questions, more questions. Now, I want to ask you a question. What did you learn today? As I wait for your question, I want to ask you, what did you learn today? Or what have you learned today? So I needed to know if you have learned something at all. Why are not calling me now? No. Chidera, that you are part of the people I am talking to now. So, what have you learned today? And okay. So, tell me what you have learned today so far from today's interesting lecture about acting. Okay. Now, I want to say something as I wait for your response. Do you actually know that many characters that people portray or represent are not their true character? Many of them are not there. But the way they master those characters and perform those characters as though it is their true character makes us. That is why some people say Mama G is a wicked. If you see that woman in real life, you will love to be around her over and over and over again. When you say you have high taste, what are you planning? It's just that I have a limited finance. If not, I could have engaged the services of professionals. It couldn't have been amateur as I. But notwithstanding, I know one day I'm going to make them professionals, and they are coming up already, because I am also assessing their growth level and growth process. And I'm able to find out people who are already gifted, just like we mentioned, from some of them, and people who are struggling to adjust. So I have learned about how an actor can define their character. That's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. By using body language, voice, emotions. You are a good student and you will make a good actor. Let me tell you, a good listener will make a good teacher. If you are not a good listener, you will not make a good teacher. You know why? Because a teacher is a person who has superior knowledge of a particular subject matter. And for you to have a superior knowledge of a subject matter, it is either by study, it is either by practice, it is either by hearing or listening. So, a good listener will make a good teacher. So, you are doing well. Chidera, you are really doing well. And I really want to appreciate you so far for your massive support to this channel. I would just extend a little. Just like I told you yesterday, I said, please help me and push this to a lot of people, because I am sure many people are going to be benefiting from our teachings and a lot of it. So if you go through the lines of the vision for this channel, you will see inspiring, educative. You understand? So it's not just about skit alone. So at intervals, we are going to be bringing up nice and educative, interesting topics, which we are going to be discussing at intervals. So, which is part of the reason for our creating this channel. You've never acted before, but if you take it serious, you can act. It's not that. Only if you have a good director, because the taste of a director must reflect in the movie. Ask me how. You may actually not give it a thought, but if you have it, you have it. So I said the taste of a director must reflect in the movie. That's why most people will come out and say, the actors, I don't understand this movie. They're just walking up and down. That is the director. Yeah, the director. Because it is what they put you into, or put you through, or put you to, is what you are going to showcase. You understand? So the taste of a director is always, but sometimes you will say, but what of you? Is it? Yeah. Sometimes when your hands are tied by unprofessionals, what do? To an extent, when you keep trying and trying and trying and trying and trying, then at a point you just take the best and just go your way. Just don't waste all your time and energy on a particular thing. So sometimes it works that way. So that's why sometimes some people will say, you say that you're good this, you're good, but why is this thing like this? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So sometimes you notice that you are trying to correct them, and the more you are putting them through, they are making more mistakes, and maybe time keeps going, and maybe your delivery time, starts coming closer and closer, and so you may be forced to start taking things that may actually be substandard just to be able to. Okay, now do you know that the short videos of sometimes less than a minute, sometimes just a video of one scene, do you know that some of them takes us more than 1 hour to shoot? More than 1 hour. Can you imagine that? All right, I'm serious. I will really come. It's not a joke. I just told you that it's just funds that are limiting me to. I have a lot of friends all around places that actually want me to come around and have some taste of their places or locations, but funds, you may actually not understand, but funds, funds. There's no problem. There's no problem. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. You can be trained. You can be trained. All right, friends. Thank you so much. I'm super excited that you are here. Chidera, you have been a source of strength. I don't know how to thank you enough, but I just say God keep blessing you. You have been consistent. You have been steady. Well, for now, you are the #1 fan of this channel. And I'm sure you're already seeing it from your messages. They have already crowned you the king immediately. So that whenever you message, you will notice that your messages have a particular number in the ranking order. Okay? So thank you so much for your time, effort, and energy. I know that one day it's gonna be an awesome experience, but please do well to keep advertising this channel. Do well to keep bringing in your friends, your family, your peers, and so on, so as to encourage us in doing what we. Chidera, I give you a salute. Okay, all of you who have been patient and consistent, I dot my cap for you. Thank you so much, and may God continue to bless and lift you. Amen. Good night, bro.